Hey everybody, thanks for checking out today's tutorial. I want to talk about today how to find a percent and specifically on a homework assignment. I have a lot of sixth graders coming in to school that don't really know how to calculate the percent that they got on an assignment or on a test or anything like that. So I just wanted to quickly show you how to do that. Let's start with the meaning of the word percent. Percent actually means per 100. The cent actually refers to 100. So a lot of you know if you get 0 wrong on an assignment, you get 100%. The word percent means per 100. So let's take a look at an example. Maybe that'll kind of help you figure this out. When we're looking at a percent, we're looking at a comparison of, on an assignment, it would be how many problems we got correct compared to the total number of problems that we have, right? So maybe let's give an example. Let's say there are 18 total problems on an assignment, and let's just say you got 3 wrong. So you got minus 3. We'd put our correct number in our numerator. So we would get 15 out of 18. You're like, okay, is that an A? Is that a B? How do I know? Okay, well, it's not too hard. You just grab your calculator. You can do it longhand. That would be the better way, but I know many of you are just going to use your calculator for this. And it's just a division problem, right? So we just take 15, the total number we got correct, and we divide it by the total number of problems. So 15 divided by 18. You'll notice it gives me a weird answer, right? It's 0.833 repeating. What does that mean? Well, to make a decimal into a percent, you just move your decimal place 2 places to the right. So let me bring that calculator back up. It's 0.83 repeating. I just need to move this decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2, and I have my percent. So that would give me 83.3 repeating percent. Great, now we have a percent. How do I know my grade? A lot of teachers I know have like a grading scale. I'll show you like an example of mine that I use. It looks something like this. So I'd find the category where I fit in I had 83%, so that's between an 83.33, so that's right between that, right on that B minus mark. If it'd be 84, it'd be the B mark. Okay, so that's kind of how you go about finding your grade and calculating your grade. Let's try maybe a couple more examples just to make sure we got it. Let me give you this example. Let's say that we had, let's say that there were 5 problems. Okay, we put our total on the bottom, and let's say you got 5 correct. All right, well, a lot of you are like, well, yeah, obviously that is, you got 5 out of 5, you got them all right. That's 100%. What would that look like on a calculator though? Okay, if I were to take 5 and divide it by 5, anything divided by itself, hopefully you know is 1, right? But remember, to make my decimal into a percent, I need to move it 2 spots to the right. So if I had the number 1, that's the same as 1.0. Moving it 2 places to the right, I have to add in the 0, gives me 100%. You got them all correct. Let's do another example, and this time I might use a fraction to show you that you can do it another way. So let's say that we had an assignment out of 10, and let's say you got 1 wrong. The total number you got correct would be 9. You got 9 out of 10. How could you calculate this using fractions? Well, like I told you before, percent means per 100. So we could make equivalent fractions and make our 10 into 100 by multiplying our denominator by 10. If I want to keep this ratio or this fraction equivalent, I need to also multiply the numerator by 10. Okay, whatever I do to the denominator, I need to do to the numerator to keep these equivalent. So 9 times 10 would give me 90 over 100. Okay, and 90 over 100 is 90%. Anytime you have a denominator of 100, your numerator tells you your percentage. Okay. The other way you can think about that, and I might sound like a broken record here, but there's a lot of ways you can think about percents, is if you were to say this number aloud, 9 over 10, you would say that is 9/10. Well, remember, when we're talking about decimal places, the first place after the decimal is the tenths place. And how many tenths do we have? We have 9/10. So 9/10 as a decimal would be 0.9. And remember, if I want to convert from a decimal to a percent, I move my decimal place 2 to the right. So 1, 2, I have to add in a 0. That would give me 90%, the same as what I got when I did it the fraction method. Okay, so there are lots of different ways that you can find your percentage. I would say the most typical way you're going to see it is you're just going to take your number correct, divided by the total number, and move your decimal spot 2 to the right. Hopefully that helps you calculate a grade. Now here I had a picture of Kobe and his field goal percentages by location. This is just to show you that percents aren't just in math, they're just not in school. A lot of times you see percents used in sports is a great example. And in this case, they're talking about his field goal percentage. So how many makes he has versus the total number of shots that he's taken. Okay? Just another example of where you see percents, definitely a lot more out in the world. So continue to work on percents. Hopefully this helps you calculate your grade. And if you have more questions, always feel free to ask. Thanks for checking this tutorial out. Hope it was short and sweet, and I hope it helped you calculate your grade. I'll see you guys next time.